Yes, you are.
Okay. Good afternoon. My name is Doug Champagne. So when I was just 5 years old, my two older brothers were 10 and 13. Both of my brothers played multiple sports. They played hockey, soccer, and baseball. But growing up, my family's favorite sport was always hockey. And being the youngest in the family, I always wanted to be like my two older brothers. I remember when I was a little kid going to their games, running around, and not paying attention. So when I was 5, my dad put me in a learn to skate program. I fell in love with the sport right away, even though I wasn't great at it. And after a year of being at that learn to skate, my dad let me try out for my first travel team in Hooksett. I ended up making that team, but little did I know at that point that I would make new friends and learn from being on a team as well. With that team, I made my closest friends, even though I didn't go to school with a single one of them. I got to travel all over New England and even Canada with those friends. And looking back on it now, it was more than just playing hockey. Being on a team taught me many lessons, and I feel it shaped me to be who I am today. Physical activity is the most obvious benefit of sports participation. Children often spend too much time watching television or playing video games. But sports practices and games provide an opportunity for exercise that can help keep kids in shape and stay healthy. And growing up playing sports can help keep kids in shape throughout their entire life. Not only does it help kids physically, but mentally as well. When kids have experience from playing sports, it can help them concentrate and focus more, not only in sports, but at home and in school as well. Another thing that kids can learn from sports is that it's not just going to help in the present, that these benefits can be carried on into their life later on. Being on a team, there's the ability to learn trust, responsibility, and sportsmanship. If someone were to have experience with these lessons, it will be easier for them to transition these into their life later on with friends, family, and even their coworkers. An often overlooked benefit of team sports, including individual sports as well, is developing the ability to accept the highs and lows in life with poise and balance. Experiencing the wins and losses that come with sports helps a child deal with the wins and losses in life all that much better. Ever since I started playing sports, I've improved on my social skills tremendously. Since being on teams can help improve social skills, it gives kids the opportunity to make many friends. This quote reads, "The one thing that holds water, though, is when those players talk about hockey being a team game. That's called truth. On the ice as well as off, it's rare that you can accomplish meaningful things totally on your own. Teamwork is the most important thing you can master, and hockey provides you some very meaningful practice in the art." A quote by Jeff Kopitas. When I saw this quote, I thought it related perfectly to my project. It shows that when being on a team, you can't be an individual. For the team to be successful, you need to come together and utilize everyone. Another opportunity sports gives kids is the exposure for kids to learn from role models. If kids are exposed to leaders who set good examples, those kids will learn from them and follow them as well. In business, as in sports, winning teams have a well-honed sense of camaraderie that helps team members read one another's signals, move as one, and watch each other's backs. For those who don't know, camaraderie comes with people who have trust in one another and spend a lot of time together. Growing up playing sports, I've been able to build camaraderie with most of my friends. I've played sports with some of those guys since I was 8, and to this day, I trust them and I will always have their back, and I know that they will have mine. For my community service, I helped out at a learn to skate program called Adams at Everett Ice Arena in Concord, New Hampshire. I was able to help out by demonstrating certain drills, talking with the kids, and helping set up stations. I often participated in some of the fun activities we did, such as sharks and minnows and hand soccer. I even made some friends with the kids as well. This one girl on the screen behind me, her name is Elizabeth. She told me her nickname was Biff. I met Elizabeth on the first day, and her and I got to know each other a little bit. And at the end of the first session, she came up to me and told me that if I didn't show up to the next session, that I would break a little girl's heart. So of course I showed up to the next session. Listening to Elizabeth say that to me made me realize that she appreciates me being there, which helped make the volunteering a lot easier for me. And after a couple of more sessions, I was able to meet a lot of new kids and even some parents as well. I remember that some of the kids would try to team up and take my stick away from me from time to time. And being someone who was in their position at one point, it was nice for me to see that almost all the kids got along with one another and no one ever seemed to be left out. Even though these kids were great to help out, it wasn't always easy. Sometimes it was a little bit difficult to get the kids to pay attention and stay focused. The Atlas program has been going on while my hockey season has been going on, so it hasn't been easy for me to make all the sessions. Another challenge for me was to be patient in the fact that these kids haven't been playing as long as I have, so it was going to take some time for them to learn some skills. So I had to realize that I was exactly like them in the same position learning how to play hockey when I was a kid. Although there were some challenges, this project has taught me a lot about myself. I've learned to work better with my time and focus on time management when it comes to my family, school, friends, and sports. I've been shown that putting things off until the last minute only makes things harder down the road. Most importantly, I've learned to be confident. I've learned to be confident enough to introduce myself to someone or walk up to someone and talk to them instead of shying back. Last of all, I'd like to say thank you to my mentor, Ms. V, for always being able to meet with me whenever I needed, for her help and her support. I would also like to thank Mrs. Dustin for being very supportive of me and confident in me throughout this project. Thank you.